All right, Jeff, thank you. Well, this morning we're joined by event organizers Bruce Rogers and Colin Thielen to tell us about an upcoming 7-day, 24/7 readathon known as the Bard-a-thon. So thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
And tell us what a Bard-a-thon is.
Go for it.
Well, it's a free community read of the complete works of Shakespeare.
Wow.
Every 4 hours, we start a new play, 24 hours a day for a week.
So the when and the where.
Yeah.
Key elements here.
So they're reading right now as we speak out in Viroqua at the Commons.
Okay. They got an early
Yeah,
start.
formerly known as the Ark. So they started last night, and like Bruce said, every 4 hours we start a new play. So that usually goes at like a midnight, 4 a.m., 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., 8 p.m., all the way through.
So once in a while, there's a little break.
Yeah.
But you can know that those are the times where we begin a new play.
Okay.
Right. So they're out in Viroqua right now at the Commons reading. That's going to be like 401 East Jefferson Street in Viroqua. They read out there until Wednesday night. So after this treacherous weather that you were talking about on Tuesday, they stop out there on Wednesday evening, and then we start up at the Pump House Regional Arts Center here in downtown La Crosse.
Okay, and people can join virtually too. Tell us how that works.
For sure. So the best place to get all the information for this is on the Pump House's website. Okay. So that's www.thepumphouse.org. And if you scroll down on the front page there, they have a little icon you can click, and then there's a link on there for a Zoom page where anybody can join that Zoom link. So no matter where you are, if you're stuck inside because of the weather, you can still join virtually.
There'll even be a link for a copy of that particular play.
Yeah, yep.
Great.
So
The other beautiful part about the works is they're all public domain, of course, being 400 years old at this point.
Yeah.
So there's PDFs online that you can access for each individual play as well.
Awesome.
I understand maybe you could use some volunteers.
Yeah, so part of this is just getting people in to participate. You can come and you can actually host an hour if you want. And you can also just come and read. So part of this is you don't even have to read when you come. You can just show up and listen to the plays.
That's part of the participation, just coming in and enjoying the work. And what's interesting is that as a group of people sit down and read a play of Shakespeare out loud, how much they begin to really understand and appreciate the magic of that language.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. So do you guys participate in the readings?
Yeah, for sure. We're going to be hosting some stuff here in La Crosse. I think Bruce is actually trekking out to beat the snow tomorrow out to Viroqua to do some stuff out there.
This might be reminded, we've done this through the Fairbanks Shakespeare Theater, 3 other Bard-a-thons over the years, so people might remember that. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, is this something you do every year? Or?
In Fairbanks, we've done it 20-some years.
Wow, okay.
And so Rose took this up out of Viroqua and started it last year in the Fairbanks on its own. So that's really neat, I think.
Yeah, very cool. Why would you encourage the community to attend, or whether it's in person or even on Zoom?
Yeah, well, so we're all familiar with Shakespeare, right, from English class in high school or wherever, right? And we're kind of stuck in this classroom and we're reading things, to ourselves in our head at a desk or even at home. And it's tricky, right, to try to understand that language. And like Bruce said, when you're in a situation where you're hearing these words coming to life and you're sitting around with a group of people reading them out loud, it just becomes so much easier to understand these stories. And we all kind of, like Romeo and Juliet, Midsummer Night's Dream, we kind of know these plays, right? But he's got 38 works, right? And so there's a lot of other texts that people don't necessarily, maybe you've never read or you've never heard of before. Shows like the Two Noble Kinsmen or Troilus and Cressida or Coriolanus, plays like that that maybe you haven't heard or ever read before.
And is there a schedule so people can see like when?
Yeah, for sure. So like I said, if you go to that website, thepumphouse.org, there's a little schedule on there for that blocks out each play that will start and when it starts. You can also see on there when that switch happens from out in Viroqua at the Commons to the Pump House here in downtown La Crosse.
Okay, great. Anything else you guys want to add?
The language is about 400 years old. People do it everywhere. There must be something about it.
We're still reading it.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks a lot.